Okay, so I want to cover something today with you that I've really noticed in the photography industry, and especially in the photography industry. Of course, this could be present in other industries amongst entrepreneurs as well, but I'm in the photography industry a lot and I talk to a lot of you. And this all kind of started with a conversation I was having with a photographer, just maybe like yourself, who was trying to build their business. And they were kind of at the beginning of their building of their photography business. And they reached out to me and they said, "Hey, Nate, I'm really struggling right now in my business. Can you help me? I'm at a place where my photography business just really isn't going anywhere. I started it, but it's not taking off, and clients aren't booking, and I'm not making money, and nothing is really growing. And I know from what you teach that I probably need a new website that fully reflects my work and my level of work, and I need maybe new branding in general. I need to be marketing myself more in person, more online. But my problem is I don't have the money right now to put into my business to pay for some of these investments, and I don't really have the time either to invest because of just like some life circumstances." And then they said, "And I also won't have these things either until I have those bookings come in first to justify those investments of mine of time and money. So how can I pull this off, Nate?" And so I got this message and I did a quick look through this person's online presence. And it was kind of the first thing I could see from what's going on in their business. I can't see everything, but I at least could see their website. I could at least see what they're doing on social media. And I could see just from that alone that a lot of maybe their concerns were reflected, and the way that they presented themselves wasn't what I thought it could have been, especially given their skill with photography itself. I thought, your website could be a lot stronger and it could match the strength of your images way better. Your social media presence could be way stronger and just like consistent. It was like the last post I saw you post was like 3 weeks ago, right? And so et cetera, so on and so forth. There were so many things. And that's all I could see of this person, of course. And I couldn't see everything behind the scenes, but that's all I could see. So the way I responded to this person was I said, "Hey, you're correct on your assumptions about yourself and why maybe you're not growing. These key areas of your marketing and branding, they need attention in order to grow the business. And not only do they need attention, but they need investment of your time, your money, your energy." But I said, "It sounds like you have none of that to invest into your business, but you're still expecting clients to book you." And I was like, "You've got it backwards. You have to stop treating your photography clients like investors." And here's what I mean. People will say, "Well, I just can't justify spending this much money or time in my business yet because it's not bringing in enough money yet and I'm not booking the clients yet." Or people will say, "Well, I'll invest in that thing that I need to do once I'm, booking enough to justify an investment like that." But you are putting the cart before the horse. You're waiting for your clients to invest in something before you will. They're not your investor, they're your client. They aren't here to take on the risk of your business. That's your job. They are there to pay money for an already proven, dialed in, invested in service that's worth every single penny, even more than the money you're asking for it up front. See, the other way around is simply you could call how to build a scam because you're asking people to pay for something that doesn't even have enough objective value yet. You have to first put your skin in the game. That's how you make money. Then you can ask people to pay for it. By the way, speaking of investors, have you ever seen Shark Tank, the show Shark Tank? It's a television show. My wife and I love to watch it. And it's a reality TV show. And just a brief summary of it, if you can kind of think of it like American Idol, but for entrepreneurs. So these entrepreneurs will bring their startup businesses and products to a panel of about 5 multimillionaire, billionaire investors, and these entrepreneurs will pitch their businesses. Okay. And they'll show their numbers, and then those 5 investors can make them an offer to give them money for a certain percentage of ownership of the business that's being presented. Now, it is insane to me how some of these business owners or founders will get asked by the investors, hey, like tell us a little bit about your story. How much has been invested into this business so far? Or, how much of it is your own money? And it's crazy to hear the responses from these business owners who started the business, because they'll often say something like, well, yeah, like I've been doing this for a while. I actually sold my house for this and put all my money into it. Or yeah, I put all my savings into this. I have nothing left. Like it's all in the business. Like I'm all in. Or the investors will say something like, hey, like tell us more about your story. How long have you been doing this? How long have you been building this business? And the business owner will say, well, I quit my job and I went all in. I quit my very successful job and went all in. And I've been doing this for the past like 3 years. And these business owners are just going all in. Like that's the entrepreneur life, right? And what's crazy to me is that meanwhile, and I say this respectfully because I love you, some of you out there you're buying a camera, you're throwing together a $200 website on Pixie Set, and you're wondering why you're not making like 6 figures plus out of the gate. And somewhere along the lines, it's like there was this illusion or this lie that someone told you that says you could just tell people I'm in business and boom, you make a massive income from that business right off the bat from just saying I'm in business. And what's sad is actually there is messaging out there, especially in the social media world, that perpetuates that and that lie. And it's probably just because whoever's telling you that, they're just trying to get you to buy something from them. But understand that is never how it has been with building any business. It has always been you first build a product or service, in your case, and you pour money into it. You pour your time into it. You pour your energy into it. You invest in your own education. You invest in your own craft and artistry. You crank the volume on your own experience level. And then you should expect the sales to really take off. Now, yes, your business can absolutely grow with you, and you don't have to present something like perfect to the world by any means to get started. Like get started, like get your foot in the door, right? If you know anything about me, you know that I'm a firm believer in starting imperfect and stepping up before you fully feel ready. But the opposite balance of that is that you shouldn't expect fireworks on the front end of all your upfront investment. Your favorite food brands don't say, hey, we want to create an amazing product, but we just need your money first before our business and product is fully built out. Then you can find us in your nearest grocery store. No. That's not how it goes. They just build the product. They invest in all the capital up front, all the testing, all the creating, all the money, all the recipes, all the experimentation, all the focus groups, and they incur the risk of if that product flops or not. And then once they believe they have a marketable product that is actually good, they present it to you and ask you to buy the product in your local grocery store. This is how you must function as well if you want to build a successful business. And I would even take it a step further and say, frankly, this is how you build an ethical business. You shouldn't want just anybody, any client to invest money in your business when you haven't built it out, invested in it, and proven out the product you're selling first. Because otherwise you might be tempted to think, oh man, I got away with being paid a 4 to 5 figure amount. And I profited 100% because I didn't put any investment in up front and I duped these people into this product. I wonder if I can do that again, right? And then what happens is your clients experience this thing that you invested barely any time into, barely any money into, and it turns out to be garbage for the client, but you profited the most. So you think, oh, I can do it again and again and again. And by the way, I'm sure, like to give you the benefit of the doubt, I'm sure none of you want that business model in any stretch of the imagination, but it can creep in so easily if you don't invest on the front end. And on the flip side of things, I could tell you countless stories of coaching student after coaching student that I've coached who come to me after they've invested in a rebrand or the right gear to do their job or a brand new website, or heck, even investing thousands into my coaching program alone. And they come to me and they're like, Nate, something's changed. Like just from me investing in my business in this big way. Like they're like, I don't know why, but I haven't even implemented anything, but I just feel more confident. And it's like people are magnetized to me more and it's just easier to book people. And I'm now sold on my own product, and I am determined to get it in the hands of my clients so badly because I actually believe in it, because I've actually invested in it first. And I tell you all of this, and I get so passionate about all of this, you guys. I get so worked up about this because I was the guy back when I first started my photography business who thought that clients were the ones that needed to invest in my brand and prove out my product before I ever did. I was like, well, if the product is viable, then I have to let it out there into the market and not spend anything on it and just like ask people to pay my prices, right? And that's what I thought. I thought the cart before the horse, just like they have to invest before I do. And I was raised to save money at all costs, like when I was growing up. And, we have social media constantly telling us how to make money without doing the work, or how to make money that only requires the bare minimum of time up front, right? All of this, these are the most poisonous messages to an entrepreneur. It's putting the cart before the horse. It's expecting the profit before the upfront investment. And it's absolute lunacy to try to build a thriving photography business this way before first investing on your end. Like back then, I was crazy to even subconsciously think that I could build a business that way. And you'd be crazy to think that too. Now, you might hear all of this and you might be like, okay, Nate, but investing in upfront, that sounds so risky. Like that sounds like such a big investment upfront without even having a guaranteed payoff. Like what if it doesn't pay off? Hey, listen, we are entrepreneurs. Like this is what you signed up for, my friend. Like risk is what we as entrepreneurs do. Investing upfront is what we do. Going all in is what we do. This is how businesses are built. Like, hey, before I'm not just saying this, I practice what I preach. Before I ever started this YouTube channel, I invested my time, my energy, and my money into it. Before I ever press post on my first video, I had to build the studio. I had to purchase all the gear, the lights, the mics, research them, figure out which ones were the right ones. Again, pay the money. Took months to set it all up correctly. Invested a ton of time deciding on even my video editor, Josh, and then working on the layout and style of videos with him, even still paying him to do the incredible work that he does to have these videos for you. I had to, even before I started, I told myself, I was like, you got to write out multiple video ideas and notes for videos before you ever say you're going to start this so that you can stay consistent. So I had to write out all these multiple video ideas and notes for videos before I even started. I had to then spend all the time to record the videos, re-record the videos because I stuttered. I could keep going and going and going. And this is all before I ever opened this YouTube channel and presented it to you. And I do it all over again, and I don't regret a single part of it. Okay? The investment on the front end has got to be there. Okay, so on this note, thank you so much for giving me your investment of your time and trusting me with it. Hopefully I have made it well worth your time. And if so, hey, if you could do me a favor, and if this video helped you, hit like, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single new drop. And I absolutely appreciate you guys being here, giving me your attention. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I will see you right back here next time.